Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to our first show. I'd like to welcome our guest for the night. She is a co-founder of Sis Paranormal, Sherry and Carol, otherwise known as Shea. So welcome to our first show. How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
We made it this far, so it's going good.
I know. I'm figuring this stuff out.
Yeah. We are unmuted, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
We're unmuted.
See? You're doing better than my first show.
Now if I can just get this chat thing to work.
Yeah, the first show, everybody has trouble. We're having trouble, too.
There it went. It finally went through. Alrighty. So, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started, where you're from.
Let's see. I am originally from Massachusetts, which you hear me refer to myself as a masshole quite a bit. I now am by Centipede, New Hampshire. I always been interested and studied paranormal stuff, theories, everything, and started investigating. Actually, it'll be 4 years this month, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you? Do you have like a website they can go to?
I have many. Oh, yay! I'm coming to chat right now.
Woo! If you want to put it in the chat for, you might have somebody new watching.
Yeah. Our team page is Sis Paranormal, Supernatural Investigation Services. My sister and I, hence the Sis part, started it well over a year ago. The page isn't a year old, though. It's only a few months old because we didn't start a page right away. So, and we are on YouTube, Sis Paranormal, and I also have Shea's Paranormal on YouTube, and then Twitter, Twatter. I'm trying the Twitter thing. I'm really, really trying.
I like Twitter. I reach a lot more people out there, I think.
She does the Twitter part.
Yeah, I do our Twitter one, so.
I like Instagram. That's just me.
I can't figure the damn thing out. Somebody wants to tell me how to work it. I heard it's a great
We can swap ideas.
Okay.
Because, the Twitter, I can't do it. I have so much trouble.
I can't figure out Instagram, so.
There we go. I'm in chat. There we go. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I was stalling because it took me a while for some reason. There it goes again.
Oh, my gosh.
Wolf's in there now.
Stop it. The first show always takes everybody a little bit to get into chat because now that we'll favorite it, it will be, boom, easy to get into.
Right.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, Wolf's in there now. Hi, Wolf.
Hey, Wolf. So I forget where we were. I was so excited to get into chat that I really forget where we were.
That's okay. We were talking about
how they can find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have so many names out there. I have 2 Facebook accounts, but the Shea Carroll account is not the one to reach me on. I'm on it like maybe once a month, if that, and that's just because I'll happen to be like, I wonder what's on that page now. So that's, yeah, I'm everywhere. Too many places. We do have the Paranormal Buzz radio website that will take you to the links of all the shows, all the team pages of, like, you guys are being added now. You're not yet, but you are in the works. But if you go to, like, Shea's Paranormal Chat or The Skeptic and the Psychic, you can find my team page under me, under that link. So it's getting there.
It is getting there.
The first question we have is, what is the most unforgettable data that you have ever gotten? I remember.
I'm laughing because of the look when she said data. She gave me that look like, this word's for you.
Yep.
We've got a few things that are I'm trying to think I got the picture on USS Salem in Quincy, Massachusetts of, my sister calls it an alien, others have called it an apparition. There's something clearly in the background of this picture. And everybody that has tried to send it through picture analysts type shit, I don't know what they're called, but they I sent it through this program, and something's really there. No shit, something's really there. I wouldn't say it was,
Yeah.
So that's one of them. And then we've got a few EVPs that I really like. Couple from Madame Cherie's. One said "get out" in this horribly creepy voice, and it also, within the same 10-minute time frame, said "keep talking, you'll see." But the best EVPs I think we ever, that are clear as day, are from Eunice Williams Bridge in Massachusetts, and in a 22-minute time frame. I'm going to try to set the scene up for you. There's this camera sitting on a rock, and you can see us way off in the distance. It's pitch black. You can see our lights way off in the distance, so you know it's not us, and we can see that nobody's there. You would know if somebody pulled up, and we got this voice that we couldn't understand, but then we got a "hey, help," we got a creepy laugh. Clear as day. You don't even need to turn up the volume or anything. It's just clear as day. Hey, Alita. Sorry, not my show. Sorry. Habit.
Hi, Alita.
Shea, you're in timeout. Sorry.
Nice.
Okay, I got another question here for you.
Yep.
What is one place, it doesn't have to be your favorite place, that keeps you going back for all the time? You just want to keep going back, and you find different stuff every time you go.
There's a couple. One of them is Madame Cherie's. I've been there 12, 15 times. I mean, I've been there a lot, but 12 investigations. I mean, full investigations. We at Rutland Prison Camp in Rutland, Massachusetts is another one that we like to go back to. we tend to go back to the same place multiple times anyways, because I strongly feel that you can't judge a place by one investigation. So if we get the chance, we always go back to them. It might take us a while to get back, but we really strongly believe that the more investigations you do at the same place, the better the data you can collect and the better you can try to figure out what's going on.
That's about like us in Farrar.
Oh, yeah. We've been there too many times.
We've been there so many times.
Yep.
And we get something different each time we've gone there. It's never the same place or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's we've gotten, you know, we've had some experience, like paranormal investigators always say, I've experienced this and I caught this. It's two different things. You tend to experience things more than we catch, at least for me. But those places we've caught stuff, so it's pretty, I would say, wow, it's so awesome, but then I think, but this is a spirit I'm talking about, so maybe it's not so awesome because they're kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
But yet, for what we do, you get excited, you know, at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No feeling.
I want to hear about Laconda State School.
Oh, Laconia.
Yeah, Laconia, that's it.
Yes. That is, actually, we did two full investigations there. I'm sharing at the same time, guys. Sorry,
That's fine.
In November, one in the beginning of November, and then at the end of November, we just finished all the review. We just got the video up of what we caught, so it's fresh in my mind. So you guys are in luck.
I figured it was us. That was the very first one I came to on YouTube. So.
Yeah, actually, it just went up this week. So.
Yep.
Do you want the history? Do you want to know what we caught? Do you want to know what would you like me to say?
Everything.
Okay. Actually, I have it right here. My little cheat sheets. Hey, Matt. Let's see. Laconia State School. It's in Laconia, New Hampshire. It was formerly New Hampshire State School for the Feeble-Minded, which is what they called hospitals/asylums back in the day. Not that I agree. I've gotten Matt's mother actually told off one of my friends for calling Belchertown feeble-minded, but that was the actual name, which I loved. I patted her on the back in my mind because it was just so funny. But so it opened in 1903. It changed its name somewhere along there. It closed in. Let's see. Start over. Forgive me.
Rewind.
I'm nervous. I've never been on the radio before. All right. Laconia State School. It opened in 1903. 1924, it changed its name officially to Laconia State School. In 1917, they started the practice of the forced sterilization on men and women. In 1991, it became the Lakes Region Facilitation, which is a state prison. It totally closed in 2009. It also was a POW camp, prisoner of war camp for World War II. And during the Great Depression, when poor families could not afford their children anymore, they sent them there to live. Just dropped them off, and it's this the history there. If anybody ever gets a chance, and you really want to know the detailed history, which Alita might like this, she's big into this. There's it's free on YouTube. It's called Lost in Laconia, and not only will this give you an idea of how poorly these people were treated, but in hospitals at the time. But this one was really bad. Like, they didn't have private rooms. Like, they had 30 people sleeping in one room. Like, the beds just lined up everywhere, and they were all sleeping there in multiple different buildings. It's really sad. Very, very sad. So we went twice in November, like I said. So I keep losing track of thought, guys.
That's okay.
We don't mind.
Like I said, yeah. I'm making you guys look good, though. Yeah, I figured Alita would like that. Yeah, Alita, it's called Lost in Laconia. It's free on YouTube. And a lot of since it closed in 91 is, I think, when the last patients were transferred out. A lot of living patients that used to reside there were actually interviewed. And you have some that were mentally handicapped, some that were just slow, some that had like multiple sclerosis and was sent there.
Oh.
It's really sad.
I'll agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I can't tell you which thing happened at which investigation, so I lump everything into the two investigations just
That's fine.
in the same. We I think the first time we were there 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 on the second, or 8 on the first, 10 on the second, somewhere. So we spent quite a bit of time there. We got, the funniest part of it all was we were down by what was last used as a probation office. It was originally called the Powell Building, and we were hearing these movements, and we couldn't figure out what it was, and you look, and there's nothing there. You have the lights, but you can hear something shuffling. So I literally jumped behind my sister and pushed her in front of me, thinking it was going to be an animal. I'm like, I'm sacrificing you, girl. I love you, but I thought a bat was going to come flying out. I really did. She's like, there's nothing there. What's going on? I'm like, I don't know. So then I was like, then I gained my senses, and I got back to my spot and wasn't hiding anymore. And we were back doing, asking questions and talking. And all of a sudden, we got growled at.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I've never, ever experienced that. And you would think I just tried to sacrifice my sister.
yeah, they wouldn't be growling.
Because I thought, in this loud growl. But you can see in front of you, nothing's there. Nothing. So I just sarcastically, I put my hand on my hip, and I'm like, was that you? Like, come on. And then we saw something glowing.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was eyes. But that's what it would remind you of. That's the reference I'm using.
Yeah.
But literally nothing was there.
Wow.
Like,
that's crazy.
So, yeah. It was, yeah, it was quite interesting. We were seeing, I've heard a couple people talk about this before, and I never knew what to make of it until we experienced it. Once we experienced it, I'm like, oh, not orbs, don't get me wrong, people, but these like sparkly floating. If it was in the summertime, you would have thought there was like 3 or 4 fireflies put together, but this was in November, and it was literally freezing. The temperature was below freezing. So it wasn't bugs, and they would all over the place, just like it would be on the building, then above the building, then on the ground, then in front of us, and I felt like saying, I didn't say it out loud, but in my head I'm thinking, Tinkerbell, is that you? Like, what is going on?
I think I was asked.
Yeah, no kidding. Could have been.
Like, what is going on? Crazy. So much more happened. You want me to keep going?
Keep
Keep
going.
going. You're doing fine.
I don't have this stuff written down, so this is from memory now, which
That's
is where we
fine.
get
Okay.
into trouble.
It's interesting.
We got an EVP of help We were hearing, one of the claims there is shadow figures, children's laughing. A lot of people claim to get EVPs, the feelings of being watched, not being alone. And we got the growl. We did get EVPs. We didn't get any children's laughing, but we kept hearing whispers. And actual music, like disembodied music. Like, it wasn't real. Like, it wasn't coming from the car. And both of them, and words. I also got the word help in my ear, and I don't know if I put it in the video, but at one point you can hear me say, I can feel it on my eardrum. Like, it was being whispered into your ear that, you know, if somebody blows, you can just feel that vibration. So there's quite a bit of stuff like that. That was over by the tool shed. A lot of that happened. The music, that was the first time I've ever experienced. Is that what you guys, I don't know. I say disembodied music because disembodied voices, I don't know what else to call it, but phantom music.
It'd be like phantom music. At Villisca, when I was in the house by myself, because I always got sent in by myself, but I heard the piano playing, and I'm sitting right next to the piano, and the keys aren't moving. But I could hear piano music. So, it's there.
It's crazy. And we caught it faintly. It's hard to hear because I think at that point that was our second visit, and it had started raining, but you can hear it tiny, tiny bit. I think I included it in the video because within a few minutes you hear her say, her being Nicole, she's like, I think I keep hearing music, and I'm like, oh my God, me too. Like, really?
Yeah, see, I heard the music, but the recorder didn't pick it up.
Yeah. It's definitely an experience. And something kept blocking out the camera. I was filming, mind you, actually, I'm going to say we because it was both of us, with different cameras. This would happen at the same time. We were filming the Mel meter, the K2, and the ghost meter, and something kept, like, all of a sudden, the K2, the green light on the K2 would just be blacked out. And it happened over and over again, and I cut a lot out of the video because at first I thought it was me. It was freezing, mind you, but I thought I was moving. They can't see me, but you guys can.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, the green light's gone, and then I would move to try to find it. So it took me a while to figure out that something was actually just blocking it out, and it wasn't me moving. But
yeah, we've had several things like that happen before.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are we going nuts? Can't we see this light? You know? It's
But then, once you try to show it as data or quote unquote evidence, but if you're moving trying to find it in the pitch black, it looks like you moved it out of frame.
Yeah, right. Yep, it's something you have to throw out because you're moving, and they're saying, never was there. So.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. We did get a couple glimpses of something on the R-Cam, which I know you guys love using that too.
Oh yeah.
So
what I love about that camera is, especially if you ask them to interact with you, and it actually does, and that is so exciting, when they grab out for your hand and grab it.
Yep.
My mother went with us in the summertime. She does investigations with us, not in the winter, but in the summer when it's nice, she goes with us. And my mother put out her hand and was like, if you're there, can you reach out? And she explained exactly what I've always explained. It's like a tingly spider web, kind of sleeping, static feeling. And she's saying it, and we're watching, and we're like, yeah, that's because it's reaching out. It did reach out, and it's touching you. So, something was sitting on her lap.
When it touched my hand, I got that tingling feeling. Plus,
Yeah.
it got real ice cold. Mine did.
Yep. It's hard to explain that tingly feeling. It's like static, but spiderwebby. It's like,
Yeah.
and then as soon as it happens, you're like, oh, that's what they mean. But
Yeah. Let's see. I want to hear about Eunice Williams Bridge.
yeah, that's the one where we got those. I think it was 4. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm still coughing. Those 4 EVPs. The hey, you. Was it a help? That creepy laugh. I don't know if I have anything on this one here, but I'm looking. We've been there. Yeah, here it is. What would you like to know about it? I actually have it in front of me.
Anything you want to talk to us about it?
Yep.
Do you want the history or just our stuff?
Your stuff.
Okay. We had a lot of K2 millimeter activity, and I'm pretty sure we caught it on film. That ages me, but we caught it on film saying, get closer to it and it would light up, back away. This was one place that first I always, hi, I'm Sherry, this is Nicole, or she does it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, how you doing, what's your name? We always start off that way. And then we try to find a common thing to talk about. And one of the claims here was Eunice Williams, who was a mother who, number one, died in that spot, but she was a mother. So we brought up our children. And every time we brought up our children, like, I have 4 children, their ages, their names are such and such, it would get activity on the K2 or the millimeter, depending on where we were standing. We got, it was like on command. Can you light this one up? And it would light up. Light this one up and it would light up. So it was pretty cool. The EVPs we got were no, hey, help, a creepy laugh, and then some kind of 3 or 4 words that we couldn't understand, but it was enough because of the other ones that we included it. During the spirit box session, we got, mind you, we ripped the antenna off too, just so everybody knows. This was the night that we actually ripped it off. That's why I always remember that. I'm like, you should just rip that antenna off. We don't need it.
Yep.
We asked Frank, are you here with us? Because that's one of the claims, is that Frank's there. And the reply was Frank, which could be coincidence,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was, these are not in order, people, just so everybody knows. John Williams, are you here with us? The response was John. So again, kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then at one point I felt like something, I think it touched like my back or my butt or something. And I said, did someone just touch me? And we got a yes.
Wow.
Can you tell us why you're here? We got bridge. That one was clear as day.
Wow. Nice.
How many are you here? There was 2. And multiple times over the spirit box we got Nicole. We get my sister's name almost at every location. Over and over and over again.
We get a lot of Allison,
Yeah.
Mike,
Do you?
Steve.
Yeah.
I think I got my name twice, I think.
Uh-huh.
And it came up. Sorry, the dog's doing something. Shea, which is kind of funny because when I introduce myself, I always say Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Shea over the spirit box, which is unusual. The funniest thing we've ever had happen over spirit box was that Medfield State Hospital, another asylum.
That was my next question about that place.
See, I'm psychic. No, I'm not. Just kidding.
No, you keep saying no, you're not.
Just thinking of the spirit box, it always leads me to that because I had thrown my back out, which happens a lot. But so I was stretching. I was literally bent over the stairs, like feet on the ground, bent over, my hands on the stairs, and I was stretching. And that's when we got the Shea, but then we got whore. It wasn't slut. It was whore over the spirit box, and I'm like, did you just call me a whore? And it said, no, sexy. What? Well, thank you. I guess I'm a sexy whore now.
We get whore for Jill a lot.
Yeah, we do.
One of our teammates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever she's in the room, they always say whore.
Yep.
Like, wow, people, be nice. So yeah, that was quite interesting. We had at Medfield, we had a couple come by with their two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just happened to be walking by, like literally walking by.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden the girl, I don't know, maybe 10, she was young, started walking across and came over to us because we were outside at this point. She comes, she's like, is that ghost hunting equipment? Are you guys paranormal investigators? And we're like, yeah. So then the parents come over too, and we end up talking. But this little girl had such the best questions ever, and she's like, "Can I use some of this equipment?" And we made sure it was okay with the parents, Mm-hmm. And she was getting like, "What color's your hair?" And they would answer in a color. And how old are you? And it would give her a number, and then it was saying CUNT, and she's like, "What did that just say?" And I'm like, "I'm not gonna repeat that." Wait, over the spirit box, I swear we must have got CUNT at least 5 times that day, over and over, and whore and bitch. I'm like, so, and then I was like, so we taught her the basics, but it was really fun teaching her because she knew instantly what the equipment was and what it was for, and I'm like, wow. You might be my long-lost daughter.
Yeah, we've taken a couple of kids with us on an investigation at Farrar. Mm-hmm. And we taught them the equipment and everything, and they went right at it. And they had the most action with them. We had the cameras, and we let them do the investigation, and it was the best investigation we'd done in a long time. Yeah.
I think I don't always agree with children being on investigations, but I think each child, depending on the age, should be judged for itself of their maturity, of why they want to do it, and the location. So I don't group it all into one.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, I took my daughter the first time at 15.
Yeah.
So it all depends.
These two, we took them to Farrar because we knew it was one of the safest places to take them, that they wouldn't get so scared. And their mom come and got them at 10 o'clock. They were going to go home with their mom. And they ended up spending the night. They said, no, we're having too much fun. We're getting a lot of action, Mom. We got to stay. They wouldn't go to sleep.
Within a couple months of taking my daughter, we took my niece, Nicole's daughter, to the same location. They've both been to, I think, 2 locations each. But she was 12 or 13 at the time. So each place is different. And that, again, my daughter's first investigation, I have to bring it up because Benji brought it up Monday on B Squared. Caitlin's first investigation, now my ex-boyfriend, was showing her how to use equipment and giving her a safety lesson. And this is all on film, and you can find it on Shea's Paranormal on YouTube, blooper reel. He's given her, ex-boyfriend, mind you, he's given her a safety lesson. And he's like, you got to look around. You got to be careful where you're going. You have to watch where you're walking. He's like, because safety first. And he, no lie, falls in a hole as he's recording. Safety first. Boom, falls in the hole.
That's great.
Yeah, it actually was. And he was covered in prickers from head to toe.
Oh.
Yeah, but I bet you she'll never forget that safety lesson.
I bet you she won't.
Yeah, so that was
Excuse me.
fun. We're taking turns coughing, huh?
I know, right?
Yeah. Where were we before I so rudely interrupted?
We were at Medfield State Hospital, I think we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we got the bitch, whore, the C-U-N-T. I have a sailor's mouth, but that's one word I don't use. Yeah, over and over on the spirit box. It's another place. We're going to go back this spring or summer. We're going to go back there.
Uh-huh.
We were going to do, I think we had at least 2 investigations lined up for there, but then we went to Westboro instead because it was going to be torn down, which as of November it was torn down.
Boy, she's really psychic, because that was the one next on the list.
Oh, really? Wow. That's funny.
You sure you're not psychic?
That is funny. Westboro is another Westboro State Asylum, State Hospital has so many names and so many slang names. I think one of the official titles was Westboro State Asylum or State Asylum Hospital, but you get the point.
Yep.
A lot of places had at some point changed the names from asylum to hospital, from school for feeble-minded to, they all changed around, but it was one of the, for the lack of a better word, one of the nicer facilities in the area. It was a campus style, but it wasn't as cruel as like Laconia or Belchertown. Laconia and Belchertown had some horrible things that went on. So as far as Westboro, it was a better facility. I don't even know if I have anything on that in front of me. We did catch some stuff though, but I can't remember what. Aren't I a great guest? Aren't you guys so glad I was your first guest?
Yes, you are.
You're being a psychic tonight.
Yeah, I know. It's funny that I keep... Yeah, I don't have anything, surprisingly. It's probably across the room on Westboro. It was one of the nicer facilities. When I say nicer, I mean the way they treated the patients. Mm-hmm. Wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but compared to some, it was nicer. Mm-hmm. This is usually when my sister's in chat, and I'll be like, quick, send me the information.
I know, she's not in here correcting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually tell her up front. I did tell her, but Thursdays, she's not always. Yeah. That's why she never listened to introspection. Thursdays are bad for her.
That's no problem.
She helps me. She's my memory. That girl is a saint. Let me tell you, she is my memory.
She'll correct Shea all the time.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, you have to be in the chat on this show because she knows my memory.
She's here. She's just being quiet.
Oh, yay! Quick, Nicole. You have 15 seconds to type in everything you know about Westboro because I have nothing. Quick. Sorry, I'm laughing. We heard some noise. We got some stuff on the spirit box, but I after a while, this sounds horrible. After a while, some of these hospitals to me, though, kind of run together. So I'm more afraid of saying the wrong thing.
Right.
Like, and then somebody being like, that didn't happen there. That happened at this hospital. Not Nicole, because that's her job. She has to correct me. Somebody has to keep me in line. Somehow she got the job. Oh, yeah, we got the flare. We got a good flare picture of something actually standing in the middle of the room, in front of her. Obviously, nothing was there, but you can see the figure standing there.
Right. Wow.
And Terry and I were behind her, so.
That's awesome.
I've never really gotten any good pictures with my flare yet.
Not yet. Knock on wood.
This was the second one that she has gotten. We got one, Red Church in Maine. Something sitting in a pew.
Wow.
And so, we don't. Yeah, I was walking out from around the wall when she got the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Yeah, it is. They're both pretty cool pictures. We're very conservative with what we share, and a lot of times we're like, hey, this is interesting. I never call stuff evidence, as Kim pointed out with her look earlier.
Yep.
I'll speak for myself on this point. I just go out, collect whatever we can. I call it data. I know people use evidence. I don't use that word. I'm getting better about the wording thing, but I'm not fully there yet. And we throw out more than, we got this really creepy noise, but we weren't positive, like a, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But we can't say 1,000% that it wasn't my sister Nicole, so it's not in the video.
Right. Yep.
So, I forget where I was because I was waiting for her to type.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Can't tell who it is, throw it out.
Yep.
What else happened at Westboro? We had some other really cool things happen, but because I just did the Laconia video, all that stuff's popping in my head. They tore it down as they started they had already began, but as of November 1st, they were finishing up tearing down all the buildings.
I
And
think
it's
Nicole
pretty
put
much,
some pictures on her page. I thought I saw of it being tore down.
yes. Her page is Nicole's Paraworld, I think, is the exact phrasing. We have so many pages because we didn't have Sis. We didn't even have a team name for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a year that we've had an actual team name. So I had my page, she had her page, but we did all the investigations after we left the other team. We just didn't have a team name, and with the fire and everything else that happened, it just wasn't a priority.
Right.
So it's now getting everything up there. But it's almost at 500 likes. It's
Awesome.
getting there. Yeah.
I want to hear about Madame Cherie's castle.
Yeah, that's what my favorite location. That's the one we've done at least a dozen times. I mean, I can't even count. And we were just there in November, and that's actually the review I'm on right now. Saw light anomalies. That's where we got the Get Out that we spoke about earlier. Mm-hmm. Very computerized, very creepy Get Out. Nicole, start typing. Help.
She's saying hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that girl's my brain. She's my everything. She's my support system. She's my memory. She's my best friend. She's my sister. We've gotten my ex falling in a hole, which is my favorite memory of the place. Sad, we're still friends. He listens to all these shows, and he's always like, yeah, you guys were making fun of me. And then Monday Benji was making fun of him without using his name. Benji's like, I know somebody fell in a hole. I can't remember. I heard about that. It's like, now people I don't know are talking about it. Yeah. My sister heard, I think we heard growls or some kind of weird noises. I don't remember if it was real animal noises or not, and I'm sure she'll correct me because I just remember saying, there's a warthog in the woods. And they're like, there's a what? I'm like, like from The Lion King, a warthog, it's up there. But she heard, like, literally, like a rocking chair in the middle of the woods, rocking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, Madame Cherie, Antoinette Cherie, it came from, I believe, Paris, France. Wild boar. Okay, sorry, I said wild boar, not warthog, but same idea. She was a dancer, stage person, a costume designer. Her and her husband, they might or might not have had some mob ties. After her husband died, she moved to West Chesterfield, New Hampshire from New York, I believe, and built this more of a French chateau type thing, but she called it her castle. A lot of stone and brickwork, and it was beautiful. And it's a pretty extravagant place, but she never slept there. She threw these wild parties. She was a very, very extravagant person. She never slept there. She slept in a shack a couple miles down the road. So I don't quite understand. Plus, she had somebody buy this place for her. It wasn't even her money.
Let's see. She said creaking
Shadow
rocking
figure.
chair, shadow figures, green lights, K2, activity, and sounds of kids playing.
Yep. See? Isn't she awesome?
Nicole,
And I'm not saying that because I have to.
Yeah.
She rather type at me.
I know.
Trust me, if she ever is gonna be on a show, it's gonna be mine first.
I know
One of mine.
She likes correcting you.
Yeah. Somebody has to, though, man. Let me tell you, I'd be lost. I would be lost.
That's us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you guys kind of have the same relationship.
Yeah, a little bit.
I babysitted her when she was a baby, so we've been together quite a while.
Yep.
I used to babysit her, so I'm 10 years older than her, actually. When I say my younger sister, she's really younger. She's 10 years younger than me.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, Allison used to live 2 houses over. Now she lives right next door.
Yep.
Moved real far.
Yeah, I moved really far.
Get to see close.
I had another place down here.
Yeah, good.
What about this Rutland prison camp?
Yep. Been there a couple times. It's another place that we want to go back to. It was a prison camp, obviously, hence the name, in Rutland, Massachusetts. Tuberculosis. I have that here. I have all this information written down for anybody that's listening that doesn't know the story. Jen grilled me on all this stuff. So I have it all written down, and this time I saved it because last time I threw it away. This time I saved it. Rutland Prison Camp, 1903 to 1934, closed due to water issues. It was 150-acre farm. They added, in 1903, they added the hospital in 1907. Started off with 30 beds for, like, tuberculosis, TB prisoners. Then they had a root cellar, solitary confinement. bunch of buildings. It closed in 1934. Right now, the root cellar in solitary confinement still stands. It's 8 little tiny rooms that you can almost stand, put your arms out and touch both sides. They're so small you can't even fit a bed in.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've gotten, I think we've only been there twice. She'll tell me in a second. I'm pretty sure it's only been 2 times. I'm telling you, they all run together. We put pause on Rutland for a second. I only know this again, people, because Jen told me she was going to ask. We did 18 locations in 2018 alone.
Wow. Holy crap.
And some of them, at like 3 or 4 of them, we did multiple times.
Wow.
But 18 separate locations. So people laugh at me and I laugh at myself because I can't remember. But 18 locations. I'm lucky I remember the names of the location, never mind what I caught where.
Exactly. I wouldn't be able to either.
The first time we went, one of the things that stood out was, again, the first time we went was 2015 or 2016. And my, again, now ex-boyfriend was like, she's like, did you just yell hey or hi or whatever he said? And we were like, no, and because I was probably mad at him at the time. I'm like, you're just crazy, you know. I was even more skeptical then. I'm like, no, we didn't say nothing. Coincidentally, when we went back in 2018, October, I believe, sometime between September and November, we went back this year, 2018. We also got a hello, almost in the same identical area, and we're pretty sure we got it on tape somewhere, of a disembodied voice saying hello to us. Mm-hmm. Like, how about a slap in the face? I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe he did hear it, since we just heard it. Again, another place we got a lot of Nicole's on the spirit box. We got a couple fucks on the spirit box. There we go. There's my first F-bomb.
There we go.
Yep. Yeah, the disembodied voice was hello. We also got a lot of shh, 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 like disembodied voice saying it out loud.
Right.
This is still in the solitary confinement. In the root cellar, we heard a lot of mumbling, but we also heard running back and forth, like literally something pacing or running. Yeah, I'm getting to that, Nicole. I'm saving the best for last, hon. Actually, I don't even think I've talked about that on a show yet, because the first time it was so new, I wouldn't even say it because I didn't have permission. It was her experience, not mine. Right. So this will be the first time I've talked about that. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I just said all that. That's funny. I remembered. Yeah, the root cellar, she saw the shadow movement, but we also, that is very important because not only did she see the shadow movement, but we physically could hear it, but there was nothing there. We were trying to figure out, there's only one entrance. We're standing right in the middle. You can see the entrance. Nothing can get by us. We're trying to figure out, because at first I thought it was a person. I'm like, Nicole, there's somebody in here. And I'm whispering, Nicole, there's somebody in here, somebody in here. But you can see it's a wide open space. And there's nobody in there. And then she saw the shadow. So something was definitely in there. I'm laughing. Wolf. F-bomb. Yep, there we go. As we're leaving, my sister backs up. She's driving. And this is the one and only time I happen to not. I always watch the backup camera in the car because I'm so old. I find them so cool that they have them. But this time I happened to be, I think I was taking notes on what we just experienced or something. With the look on her face, and all of a sudden she starts driving really, really fast. And I'm like, what's going on? She didn't want to say it out loud until we were like out. She waited a couple, because you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, you have to drive 10 minutes to even get to a main road. This is like way out in the middle of nowhere. She saw some sort of figure behind us as she was backing up. And I can't speak to what it looked like, but I can tell you there's no way there was a person.
Right.
Absolutely no way. Again, it was freezing. Like, literally freezing. But there would be nowhere for this person to come from. Where she started was tall, like grass stuff, and it's kind of like a field, but there's no way to get through there. And even if you tried to walk through it, you would make so much noise with the brush and the bushes, and there's no way a person was there. So definitely we want to go back there in the spring.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I
need
wish I'd
some money
seen it.
to come out and investigate with you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
you guys are welcome to stay here anytime you want.
It's that money situation like you have coming to Iowa, you know?
Yeah.
I hear ya. I'm just extending the offer, like, Nick
I
and Sue
know.
always say, come out, you can stay with me. I'm just, And it was too small for a person, Nicole's saying in the chat. It was short. It was the same height as the grass, so.
Oh,
I just
interesting.
remember the look on her face, like, you could just tell, like, something was up. I was just like, what the hell? So.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get out to Gettysburg. My brother lives there in Harrisburg.
They're going June 8th.
But I can't go out to my brother's then.
Oh.
He lives out in Harrisburg. It's not that far from Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to get out there, and I just haven't been able to get out there.
Yeah. We're going, I believe we're leaving June 7th. We're coming back. We'll be back the 11th, I believe. Yeah, I think she said, I hate saying what it almost looked like, and I think she's going to say, I think she called it an alien type thing.
Oh,
and she doesn't necessarily believe in aliens, so.
Right.
When she said that to me, I was like, whoa, that caught my attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going June 8th, and so that'll be great. We're going to go see Kelly McCarville.
Cool.
4 nights, I believe, we're there.
Awesome.
Hopefully we get to her expo March 2nd.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
You guys will have to go live. So you guys are so close. You guys can go.
Yeah.
Like same state close.
Right.
Let's see. We go to her Cedar Rapids one.
Yep.
We go to her Ames one.
Yep.
Now she's going to be in Waterloo here March 2nd, so we'll have to go to that one.
Yep.
Yeah, she's all over the place.
Because Mike Ricksecker is going to be there.
Yeah,
March
Mike
2nd.
Ricksecka.
Yeah.
Shayna Wonkel.
Yeah, they're going to be there on the 2nd.
Anybody that doesn't know, that's Haunted Road Media. I forget the name of their team page, but they're Haunted Road Media on YouTube. They do the 2 podcasts every week.
Yep.
So.
Their chat's called I can't even remember. I was just on listening to them the other night.
I know.
Yeah, I was listening in the background Tuesday night. Cheshire Cats is the helper. The chat shenanigator is Shayna, and what are the chat people called? It's all like Alice in Wonderland themed
Something
stuff.
down the rabbit hole, or
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's their second show, right?
yeah,
Edge of the Rabbit Hole.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Adam Tillery, Haunted Road Media, big smile. Adam, since you're listening, what is the name of what do they call their chat people? Because I remembered everything but that. I can't remember. We're trying to come up with name for the chat people on Paranormal Buzz. We're taking a survey. Edge of the Rabbit Hole, inside the Upside Down. Yep, that's the second one, yep. I think, is Adam the one that does their artwork?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm always afraid. I'm like live on air and I'm like guessing. I think he's the one. If I'm ever wrong, I'm screwed because I already said it on air. So, all right. Sorry. Now that I hijacked
you'll find
the show
out
again.
because we haven't got our date set with him yet. But he said he'd be a guest on our show. So
With Adam or Mike?
Adam.
Nice. Nice.
We just got to
He's
set
like,
up a
"That's
date
me."
for him.
I thought so. I'm a fan of his artwork. He has no idea who I am, but I recognize the name. Because I stayed so incognito, I had so many different names that it's my own fault, and I don't care if I'm recognized or not recognized, to be honest. I don't mean that sounded really bad, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I like people for what they produce, what they represent. They don't have to like me back. They don't have to know I exist. And
Yep.
I still like them. I don't care,
That's right.
Yep.
Well, we've been on for an hour. Can you
See,
imagine?
time flies.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yep.
I had one more question though for you.
Go ahead. I'm here.
What would be your bucket list investigation?
If money
Itchy.
didn't matter.
Yeah.
If money didn't matter or anything, what would be your bucket list?
Adam, hey, creeper's gonna creep.
That's funny. Man, my bucket list changes. Eastern State Penn and Pennsylvania, which we might get to go to. Pennhurst Asylum, Pennsylvania. Sarah Winchester Mystery House has always been a big one for me. Other than that, anywhere. I would go almost anywhere. I can't think of anything else. I do have a list, but obviously Iowa, there's some big places that I've heard so much. Melbourne Manor, Farrar, Farrar. The one that starts with an E. What is it? Edinburgh?
Edinburgh. Mm-hmm.
Edinburgh Manor, Squirrel Cajun, all these places in Iowa I feel like I've been to, but yet I've never been to because I'm so used to interviewing people that have investigated these places over and over that
Right.
I can almost see them in my mind, but I've never been.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So-
This year we're going to the Squirrel Cage, Edinburgh,
Oh, nice. Alcatraz,
Melbourne.
yes.
and
Villisca.
Villisca this year.
Yeah, but
So
let's
what we
get
got
another
booked?
one. Oh, surprisingly, another one on my bucket list is two. The Lizzie Borden.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
It's not even 2 hours from where I live. I've never been. I grew up in Mass. I've never been. And where the Shining place there. That's
Oh yes.
Stanley
There's the
Motel's
hotel.
one of my on
Oh
my list.
yeah.
yeah. But there's also another one close. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. There's so many. I look into so many of the little, less known places.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. I would love to do some of these bigger places. We've done a few bigger places. I just like to spread them out a little.
There's nothing wrong with the little stuff.
Nope.
No, I like tapping into that the places that haven't been overdone so much. You know.
Right.
Exactly.
I
Well,
would love to do prison soon too, but hopefully that happens.
yeah.
My chat is slow.
Yeah, it is. It's a little slow tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let Allison do the shout outs.
Shout outs.
Go down and say who was all here.
Oh. All right. Well, let me look because my thing is
Here,
slowly.
you go mine.
Here, I'll look at Kim's. Okay, so we had Mike. We had Adam. Nicole. Wolf. She's still scrolling. Is it Ilita?
Ilita.
Ilita.
Yep.
Shay was
Oh, yeah,
in
we
there.
got Shea on here.
I was in
Yeah.
there.
Yep, I was in there. Kim was in there.
I know Matt's listening in the background. He's just not a big chatter.
Yep,
He's right
he's
there.
in there. Yep, Matt's on here.
He came on right at first.
Yeah, he's always there. And he's another one that you don't think's listening, and you'll be like, oh, Matt left us, and he'll pop up in chat like, boo. I'm like,
No, all you have to do is look at the likes up there, and he's usually in there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wolf.
And I would
Wolf is a big fan of everybody's. He's a great guy. He really supports everything Nicole and I do and Paranormal Buzz, so we really appreciate it. Sorry, go on. I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. You're doing
I'm
great.
so See, there he is. There's Matt.
Yep, he's waving.
Well, we'd like to thank you for coming on.
Yes.
Our first show.
I know.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hopefully
Thank
we
you
didn't
for having
bomb
me.
too bad.
No, thank you for tolerating me.
Hey, anytime.
and we're going to knock on wood. I don't think we had any problems. So.
Yeah.
No, Matt would have messaged me, and he didn't, because I'm like, crap, I'm on the show. I can't listen for tech issues. Matt, message me if you... He's like, well, you're going to have your thing muted. I'm like, your chat head will be open. Just message me. So, no, it's fun.
We'd like to thank all of our viewers and come back next week. We haven't got a guest yet, but we'll surprise you.
Yep, that'll be a surprise.
And we'll have you hang on while we get off here, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.